Male attractiveness, as according to women polled at, I don't know if that came out quite right, but sounded a little naughty, but they found one of the first things that women notice about men is a V-tapered back. I guess in Darwinian terms, it makes sense, right? Because a good, strong back means a great protector. I'm going to give you 6 exercises designed to give you a strong, muscular, impressive back with a good shoulder to waist ratio. But before I do that, my name is Andrew Kolasko. And from here on out, I am your very own longevity coach for you men 50 plus. Every week, I am here to give you the insider info, the no BS on how to maximize, optimize your future years, increase your health span, increase your cardiovascular robustness, modalities and protocols to increase that lean muscle mass, your strength, and your overall sense of well-being. So if you're not subscribed, please do now and hit that like button. Let me know that you like this content, as well as leave a comment. In that comment, you can let me know not only what you thought about this video, but give me future suggestions that I can do in upcoming videos, because I read and I respond to all those comments. So please do leave a comment. Now, let's get into it. I had this photo taken for the thumbnail that you clicked on to watch this video about a month or so ago. Now, that body's built without any steroids, any HGH, any TRT. This is completely natural. Just before we get into the exercise, I want to go on a little bit of a rant. Why? Because I just want to make sure you have perspective, okay? Because on YouTube and other places, you're going to find these jacked up steroid performance enhanced guys telling you do these exercises, you're going to get the results. But hey, we're in our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s now. This is what's going to work for a mature guy. You know, I've never done steroids. I've never done performance enhancing drugs, never had HGH or TRT, completely natural. So this is going to make more sense. Just don't get lost in thinking that, oh, you see these big muscles and that's attainable. Well, it is if you use the steroids. Now, hey, if your doctor's prescribed HGH for you or testosterone therapy, then that's great. Please go ahead and do that. This video is still for you. And I know that it can be daunting to look at some of these things that aren't realistic. And I just don't want you to get set up that way. I want you to have the right platform to get the best out of your training that you possibly do. And there are 3 things that will ensure that you get the most out of your training and that you get results. So stick around to after the exercises to see what those are. Okay, enough with my rant. I just want to make sure that you've got realistic expectations and that you're not setting yourself up for failure, because that can be disappointing. We need to keep in mind that we're mature guys, and to achieve what we want to, it's completely doable, okay? But let's just keep it in the realm of realism, because that jacked up steroid guy just isn't relative to you. So on to the exercise. Okay, we're gonna work upper lats, lower lats, and rear delts. I'm gonna give you 2 exercises for each of these. For all the exercises I'm about to show you to have the greatest effectiveness, we want to keep in context that basically exercise is force applied to you. You're gonna say, well, duh, Andrew. Of course I know that. Well, then why do we see over-exaggerated movements at the gym so often? You'll see a guy, I know, a 74-year-old guy at the gym. He's like lifting like this, and he's just like swinging it up. When you get to the top, it's taking that weight off. I mean, this guy's an intelligent guy. He should know that. But I'm saying we do not need to overdo movements. And when we do make our choice of exercise, we want to make sure that they have as much focus and concentration on those muscles, in this case, the upper lats, lower lats, and rear delts. So we want them to. Of course, when it comes to pullovers, those work the lats as well. Wide grip pull downs or wide grip, pull ups, they work the lats too, but not as well, not as specifically as the exercises I'm about to give you. So just want to let you know that we've honed these to get you the best possible result, to get you that impressive back that you're looking for. The lats are a fan-shaped muscle with several subdivisions in them. What's interesting is both the lower lats and the upper lats both attach in the same area of the upper arm. But you're going to find that where you're doing rows, those are going to be more for your upper lats. And when you're doing pull downs, narrow grip, those are going to be more for your lower lats. And then the rear delts, you'll see the difference in those. So there's just a little bit of nuance there. I want to point out with the lats, those ones, they run more horizontal, whereas your lower lats run more vertically, okay, from the hips up, and then the upper lats are spreading across. I just point out some of these mechanics because they're going to help us get the most out of our exercises. Now, we are going to start first with a vertical one-arm row. With this vertical one-arm row, we will be able to directly load the upper lats. Upper arm should be angled forward and slightly upward and is being pulled by the resistance in that direction. Of course, as you can see, we're going to do these single arm. With single arm, you can be more specific, loading each side and can accommodate for different strength and size differences between your arms. You can also individualize the paths of each arm in a way that is more comfortable for both sides. And you can pull more narrow to your body with implements that are set too wide for you, like, some machines are. Single arm is generally easier to stabilize your trunk and your spine. Use your non-working hand to push into the pad in front of you. Use the same side leg to push into something in front of you. Next up for our upper lats are the seated row. So as you can see, I'm securing both legs in front of me. We don't have a chest support here, so that's important to do. Ensure that your arms are tight to your rib cage throughout the motion. Allow your shoulder blade and arm to reach forward in the stretch. Drive your elbows down towards your pockets as you pull. How close or tight your arm appears will be more specific to your own anatomy and size. The larger and more jacked you are, the wider your arm path will appear. The narrower you are, closer to your body, your arm should likely be. Now, onto the lower lats. We're going to do the one arm cable pull down. So angle your upper arm upwards, slightly forward in front of your body, having it pulled by the resistance in that direction. To stabilize yourself, tuck your knees under the seated pad so that you're kneeling to anchor yourself in position. This allows you to get a full range and stretch of movement. Brace your non-working arm on the knee pads. This will create the perfect downward movement to target your lower lat area in the most effective way. I also like this because, hey, I'm 6'1", and if I want to get that full range of motion with my arms, the rest of me needs to be quite close to the floor. Next up for the lower lats are the narrow grip pull down. Ensure that your arm is tight to your rib cage throughout the motion. Allow your shoulder blade and arm to reach and shrug forward, upward in the stretch. Think about pulling with your armpits rather than just your hands. Another thinking version of this is to drive your elbows down towards your pockets as you pull. Now onto the rear delts. Before I get into the rear delts instruction, note that I prefer cables over dumbbells. You'll find that just with that range, it's just more of a natural, smoother flow. The delts, there's 7 sections of them and they're quite tightly packed through there. So you'll find that the leading movement is going to be smoother and often more comfortable than dumbbells. Sometimes dumbbells can kind of give you that little hinge, a little, impediment there that just sometimes isn't as comfortable. You'll find the natural movement and the flow with cables for doing rear delts is ideal. We'll call this one punch the guy behind you in the face rear delt cable. To directly load the rear delts, the arm needs to be pulled across the body and or forward by the resistance. Take advantage of the fact that the rear delts have more of an ability to stretch than many of the other muscles that you have. Take your palm and point your palm toward the cable. That tends to feel a little better as well. Start with a slight bend in the elbow, like you're punching someone behind you. Take the opposite arm and hold onto something so that your spine doesn't get twisted or bent. Utilize your legs and body weight against that opposite side arm, and then lean to the side that you're training a little bit. Reverse flies. The emphasis of this motion in reverse flies should be on the in and outward direction with your arms in front of your body rather than the forward backward direction. Imagine that you're mostly utilizing in out as your cue for where to move the arm rather than something that resembles a row. Do not intentionally restrict scapular motion. It is a natural part of the movement and occurs for a reason. That's it. That's how you build an impressive back and rear delts and be the protector, someone that no one wants to mess with. Now, once again, the force of the direction is what you want to focus on, right? Some people say, hey, contract the muscle, focus on the muscle, but think more about maybe your wrist or your elbow in the direction that's going and applying force in that direction, because that is really what's working in. As promised, the 3 key fundamental things that you need to do to pack muscle on that back and your rear delts and pretty much, well, gain muscle anywhere else in your body is number 1, you want to aim for having the amount of grams of protein per day for your ideal target weight. So you weigh 190 pounds. I want to go to 185, I want to lose a little bit of weight. So I should be having 185 grams of protein per day. I want to pack on some muscle, get up and get to 195. So that means I'm going to need 195 grams of protein per day. You must have adequate protein intake to gain muscle. Number 2, number 3 kind of go together, but I'm going to separate them out. I'm going to delineate them because I want you to get the best possible results. Work out with intention, not distraction. When you're working out, when you're exercising, you're in a sympathetic state. That is often referred to as the fight or flight state. So you're inducing cortisol, you're inducing that stress on your body. Do not take your phone onto the weight floor because you don't need the added cortisol. You don't need the added stress because your body, your mind, although, you get a news feed that's disturbing or you read that email from work and something's gone wrong, you start to concentrate on that, or you get that text from the partner that's, not pleasant. Now you are inducing more stress, more fight or flight. You want to only be concentrating on your workout intentionally and not have these other things come in because, like I say, your mind can't tell the difference and your body can't tell the difference. They are taking in the stress the same. So you don't need to add more stress. You need to be able to just focus on that because then your recovery is going to be better and your results are going to be better. So stay off your phone whenever you're training. It is not going to help you. So number 3, once again, training, it's catabolic. Okay. That is breaking the muscle down. That's putting your body under stress. You want to get out of that state as quickly as you can and into a parasympathetic state. Parasympathetic state is your recovery state. That's your rest state. That's your wellness state. That's where you downregulate and relax and chill out. Okay. This will help you get better results because when you're training, when you're exercising, you're breaking the muscle down. That's not when you build muscle. It's after. So you want to get yourself out of that catabolic state into a relaxing wellness state, a calmness state as quickly as you can. There's a number of things that you can do. There's breath therapy that you can use that is very effective. And so that'll help calm you down. Also, take that post workout drink, sit down, enjoy it. Okay. Don't just chug it and then head off to work because you're just keeping yourself in that stress condition. You could simply lay on your back with your feet up on the wall with a towel over your face. This will help calm you down. Also, in the shower, take some extra minutes. Okay, let that water come down. Let it soothe you. Let it just calm you down and, on the nape of your neck and just let it run. And that will help relax you as well. Meditation is great if you can fit that in. Getting outside, getting the sunshine, this will help. And of course, at the end of the day, 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Recovery, growth, muscles grow when they are in that recovery state. You don't want to stay in that stress state. You want to get out of it. So just chill after. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you like this content, hit that like button. That lets me know if you are enjoying this and I'll give you more of it. And more feedback I can get on that, the better. So in the comment section, leave comments. What are some of the exercises that you do to help you build muscle for your back and your delts? What's getting you results in your nutrition? How do you get into a parasympathetic mode? That state helps you with recovery and getting you effective results. Other men here want to know that information. Keep it locked here. I'm here every week, noon Eastern Standard Time on a Friday, and I will help you dial in and optimize and maximize your future years, getting the best years in front of you that we possibly can.